Good afternoon, everyone. I do hope you're having a good day. Welcome to Proven Inspiration. Our topic for today is love and war. By love and war, you're probably wondering, what does she mean? Like, Bay and I are in love. Like, we got each other. That's good. However, in the midst of love, war often emerges because I heard someone say it's not possible to love every single day. There are bound to be conflicts, there are bound to be areas of disagreements. And what you do in those times is of the most importance. Some people fight so much. You might find yourself in a relationship where you're fighting so much, but yet you're so in love, but yet you're fighting so much. And it could end up in divorce for some people. But divorce is expensive. It's expensive in terms of money, it's expensive in terms of the hearts of the individuals, it's expensive in terms of the children. If there are children involved, they pay a high price for divorce. But so it's something that you'd like to try and avoid at all costs, if and when possible. So knowing how to navigate areas of conflict and areas of war successfully will help you in your relationship. So by love and war, what should you be thinking about? When you love a person, it's important that when you arrive at areas of conflict, areas of disagreement, and you find yourself arguing, it's important to have some rules. Some of the rules that you could have, for instance, is number one, no name calling. Because when you say I do to a person, you become one flesh. And so if you find yourself calling them names that are not complimentary, you are tearing down that person, you're tearing down your spouse, and by doing that, you are actually tearing down yourself. Because if you're calling your husband or calling your wife nasty names, you are tearing them down, and if they're not doing their best, it will eventually affect you. So no name calling. Number two, remember that you are on the same side. It's so important because you could actually get into an argument. Let's say you're arguing about over where to go on holiday or what car to buy, just things like that. And you find yourself going at each other's necks, but you're going at each other's necks as if you are enemies, not realizing that you are actually life partners. You are in a relationship. You are on the same side. So, number two, remember that you are on the same side. And when you know you're on the same side, it changes the way you fight because then you can then look at fighting for each other and not fighting each other. Do you understand what that means? So when you're fighting for each other, you want to get to a resolution that makes both parties happy and not just one person always gets in their way and the other person feeling dissatisfied, because that in itself can lead to marital breakdown or relational breakdown. So remember that you're on the same side. And number three, fight with love. Fight with love. You can say what you're saying, you can say it as passionately as you have to say it. But sometimes you can maybe just add things like, babe, when you did that, I didn't like it. You can say it feistily and fierily if you need to, but at least if you say babe, it reminds you, like, hold on, that's my baby, you know? So have little things that you can put into place, like, honey, I didn't like when you said that. Honey, it really got on my nerves. That honey at the beginning reminds you that that's someone that you love and not someone that you hate. And when you love someone, you want to protect them, you want to protect their heart, you want to protect their well-being. And so it's important as well, number four, when fighting, that you still take the time to measure your words. Don't say words that will destroy. Don't use words, because once you've said words that will destroy a person and break them down internally, you can't take those words back. You can say I'm sorry, you can say I love you, but those words still have an impact. And what will happen is that when you go on to your next fight, it will build on top of the what you said before. So be careful to stay away from certain words that are hurtful, to people, to yourself, to your spouse, to know your spouse well enough to know what words will hurt them and stay away from those words. It's best to stay away from those words than turning back and say, I'm sorry, or I love you later on. If you love them, you hold your mouth where those things are concerned. But fight if you need to, but fight lovingly. So in love and war, remember that you are on the same side. You are not opponents. You are on the same side. Okay? So these are my tips for you today. Please join me on a future episode sometime this week. From my heart to yours, until next time, do take it easy. Bye.